you'll be interested in. Those performance upgrades we discussed after the last race. They're on the car and the data looks promising. Take a look at the details.
Right, hello everybody and welcome back to episode 3 of the Sauber career mode. We are on to China. It's looking pretty wet outside. We'll have to see what the weekend's going to look like when we're out on track. But most importantly, we have an upgraded engine part in the ignition system. It's going to give us 8 brake horsepower. It's our second update of the season. So let's take a little look at how that's going to affect our car. So I think Renault must have had an update as well, because we were pretty much level with them before, but we have now dropped behind. Our next upgrade would bring us just ahead or level depending on what we choose. Elsewhere in the development race, Ferrari's still a clear second, no real movement. It's Red Bull from Williams, Toro Rosso, Force India and McLaren pretty neck and neck, along with Haas as well, and Renault getting right up in there. We're well clear of Manor, but we need those couple of upgrades quickly in the next few races to try and close the gap. There's a big gaggle of teams there with Force India, McLaren, Haas and Renault. If we can get level with the sum of those, then we can hopefully move on to some good points finishes. There's a look at our rivalry. We're losing. We really need to turn it around this weekend. China's going to be pretty tough. It's going to be tough on tyres. But let's jump straight into practice and do those crucial R&D objectives. Wow, it really is a very wet day here in China. Really the kind of session to be doing R&D work. Track acclimatization, hopefully we can get a good run in. I think tyre performance and quali runs we may struggle to do in this session. Might give them a go, we'll see how this first bit goes. Already straight off, so little grip compared to last year. Well, went out for a brief little run. Try and do the track acclimatization. It's really just far too wet out there to get anything done. Learnt a little bit. Well, learnt that it's going to be very, very difficult when we get a full wet race. But as the weather seems that it's going to be dry for the rest of the weekend, there's not too much use wasting time trying to get these objectives. We may as well use practice 2 and 3 where it's going to be dry. I am dreading a fully wet race though. My wheel really doesn't like the wet conditions. It's vibrating horribly for some reason all over the place, which I sometimes get when racing top speed in the dry, but it's doing it down every straight at the moment in the wet, which is very odd indeed. May have to have a look into that if we get to a wet race, but we're going to go straight on to practice 2. Hopefully a much drier practice session and really get this weekend underway. Okay, so I've just turned the traction control to medium because I realised I was losing a lot of time out the corners. And the reason I drive the assists off, it's just less hassle. I can drive them off, but generally I'm quicker. Wow, this year apparently not. I was about 2 seconds off every single lap. Well, about half a second to a second. Boom, a second quicker first time round. Not even a practice lap with the assists off. I'm backing off now because I'm talking, because I've I've got the lap I need. The difference, unbelievable. So it really does look like they're hampering the guys with the assists this year. I would go to fully off, but I know that I really will struggle with. Maybe later in the season if I practice a bit. So I'm going to have to be a bit more careful. It means the car's going to move around a bit more, but I do prefer it actually. Oh. So we have done it. All purple for the first, I think, 5 laps. 6 was red, I made a little mistake, and 7 was either green or purple, but we achieved the maximum score then. And it seems we found the problem. Traction control on medium feels, all of a sudden it's clicked that that's what it was last year. That's obviously what was missing for me. It gives you so much more traction out of the corner. So, yeah, if that makes sense, you get less traction. The traction control on this year's is really holding you back out of the corners. It didn't do so much before. And medium feels more like what full traction control did last year. I have tried it off accidentally from multiplayer lobbies, and I know that's as hard as it ever was, even harder in fact. So, not quite ready for that, but medium traction control is where it's at. Tyre management, first time out, perfect. Qualifying pace, perfect. Track acclimatisation, I made a few mistakes. A few greens. So I missed a few points there, but maxed everything else out, which I'm really happy about. And really excited now for this weekend to see what we can do. So it's the end of the session. We're going to see a whole bunch more points trickle in now. This is going to be lovely. There we go, another 93 puts us on 367. We're going to have a voicemail about our objective for qualifying.
Hi, just letting you know that we've had the team's expectations through for the upcoming qualifying session.
Again, 19th higher and beat Felipe Mazza. I'm a lot more confident now that we can have a really good weekend and finally put our wrongs to right. So let's have a look at the R&D. So we've lost out quite a bit because of the fact that I've been struggling so much in those tyre management sessions. So by this point we should really have had maybe a couple of 100 extra points to give us a nice big upgrade. Now the question is, do we keep the upgrades coming race by race by putting a small upgrade on? Only 2 options there would be fuel efficiency, so marginal. Barge boards brings us about level with Renault. Or do we save them up for next race and hopefully get some chassis weight, or a crankshaft for the powertrain, or a new monkey seat, which give us a big gain. So what we're looking at those, we're looking around about 600, or chassis weight for 500. If we go for, say, the barge boards, it can leave us with 67 plus what we get from qualifying the race. Then hopefully a full host of points next time out. I think we're going to put it on the car. I'd like to keep these upgrades going. And downforce or drag with the barge boards can always be helpful. So we're going to develop that for next time out. And we're going to get ready to go to qualifying. So it's a 39.3 from him, just a 10th ahead of Palmer. We're currently in between the manners. We've got a lot more time to find them, so we're going to go back out on the super softs, drain that fuel out, and hopefully have a much tidier run and see what we can do. Oh, we're up a massive amount. Let's keep it calm and under control. This is a monster lap. Still gaining time. Just a bit through the final turn, although we're gaining it back all the way down the straight. And that puts us in P13 then. Heights we've never seen so far. And the traction control going down to medium seems to have done the trick then. Okay then. We are through to Q2, unbelievably. We have found all the pace that I was missing. I didn't quite expect it to be that much. I mean, we're normally bang on our teammate for the first two races. It's made it a little bit, I don't know, unrealistic I want to say. I was really enjoying the fact we were so close to our teammate, but the amount of time I've found by turning the traction control down to medium is unbelievable. China's one of my strongest tracks anyway, so maybe there's a little bit of bias there, but I mean, what are we talking? 9/10 of a second to our teammate. It's unbelievable, and we're through to Q2 for the first time then. We're ahead of both Force Indias, both Hasses, both Renaults, and very, very close to the two McLarens in 11th and 12th. Only 3/10 of a second. I mean, they're all going to get quicker, but only 3/10 technically. So maybe make it through to Q3. So let's jump straight through. I can't believe we're in this, but we are. But there's a very obvious problem straight away, which is I don't have any tyres really. I've got a brand new set of softs, which I really want to save for the race because it's going to be softs and mediums are going to be the race tyres, and both sets of super softs we've already used. So we're going to have to go out and do a single run on the set of super softs that we've got. So everyone has done their first run in qualifying 2. We're about to go out and do our only run on some worn super softs. Slight worrying thing is we did a 38.8 in Q1 with a brand new set, and that's going to be good enough for where we are at the moment. We may as well give it a try though, we might find some time, you never know. We end up 15th then, we're knocked out. Oh, it was a 39.5, I thought it was a 38.5. Yep, so we were an awful lot slower, and that makes sense why we lost that half a second. So yeah, we probably would have been, with that 2/10 we lost in the first sector, and half a second on the final corner, we probably were on target for about a 38.8 again. So a bit disappointing Q2. It's a shame we couldn't get through Q1 with the single set of tyres, but I think I surprised even myself with the time in Q1. But it's a great result in qualifying. 15th on the grid. I think we can definitely at least be looking a couple of places forward rather than backwards. So we get a few more resource points. It's a bit irritating we don't get any. Expected position 20th, overachieved by 5 positions, yet that's worth nothing. Yet being penalty free gives me 10 points. Very strange. Anyway, some useful points. This is the crucial thing here. Hopefully it's a clean sweep. In the sectors it is. So we go level with Felipe Nasr going into the race. This is great news. Let's see. Probably going to be 19th and beat Nasr again. Let's find out.
Hi, Zemma here. Just wanted to let you know what the team are hoping for in the race.
So 17th or higher. Haven't beaten NASA. Because of our higher qualifying position, that's been moved forward a couple of places from the first 2 races. That's okay, I'm feeling confident that we can achieve that.
Kimi Raikkonen's perfect lap yesterday sees him start from pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside.
Yeah.
Looking down the rest of the grid, we have
Good showing from the Ferraris.
Valtteri Bottas and Ricciardo,
And from
Sainz,
the McLarens up there in the
Alonso,
top 10.
and Felipe Massa, Verstappen, Hülkenberg, Sergio Perez, and Magnussen, Palmer, Kvyat, Felipe Nasser, and the Sauber,
What?
Wehrlein, and Harry Anto. Roman Grosjean and Esteban Gutierrez completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to
Why is the whole grid changed again? Okay, so I can never restart the game, basically. This is exactly what happened in Bahrain. Basically, if I have the game on for too long, my recording starts stuttering, like I'm doing now. And so I restart it before the race to try and alleviate that problem. As soon as I go back in, the whole grid order has changed. We qualified a brilliant 15th place ahead of our teammate and both Renaults. Both Hasses definitely weren't down the back of the grid, and yet again it's all changed. I'm going to have to look up this bug. I don't know if it's been reported or whether it's on the forums or anyone else has experienced it. If you have, please let me know if this is a common issue or something that's been looked at. This is unbelievable. So we're after all that hard work, we're in P18. See where that bright yellow Renault is over there? That's where we should be. Instead we're here. P18. Right, race strategy. Fuck's sake. 2 or 3. Oh, I don't care at this point. Joking. It's going to be a pretty difficult race. Oh, it's just... I'm going to need a minute. God's sake. So it's a 2 or 3 stop strategy. Let's try and keep positive. Again, as usual, we'll just see what happens in the race. We've got the 2 stop strategy selected, which has us starting on the soft tyres, which I think is the best thing to do. And then we've got the option to choose what we want to do in the race. There we are, P18. Fucking 2 Hasses down the back. I don't really understand what's going on here. I haven't even had time to talk about how positive I'm feeling about this race. So, if any of you just skipped ahead to the race, basically by putting the traction control down to medium, I found almost a second in time. It's ridiculous. So we're now a lot more competitive. Hopefully that will translate into the race. Our teammate Felipe Nasser is on the super softs by the look of it, which makes it even more irritating that we're having to start behind him. Oh, damn it. So we're going to have to try and make another great start, and hopefully we're going to have the pace to stay ahead of the people we get past. Unless there's something I'm missing as to why we're getting moved back. That's some kind of penalty that I'm guessing that I'm missing. I don't understand at all. I just presume it's because I'm restarting the game in between the end of qualifying and the race. I mean, I'm doing it at the menus, so it's not like I'm putting out in the middle of qualifying or something. Anyway, let's do the best job we can. It's a similar situation to Bahrain. Those 2 Renaults especially. And maybe our teammate can act as a buffer if we can get past into turn 1. It's a very tricky turn 1 here in China. So, it's all behind us. look forward now. 5 lights. And it's away we go in China. Pretty good start. We're going to try and go through the middle of our teammate and Kvyat, which we've done. Oh, Kvyat's gone straight into us. Oh, and we're under pressure now from the Manor. Just trying not to sustain any damage. I think we have. I think we already. Looks like a bit of my front wing's missing. Yeah. Oh, it's a bad start. The whole train of cars here. We're gonna have to see how badly this affects the car, because it's gonna destroy our strategy on the soft tyres if we have to pit for a new front wing. Why are these cars so close? It's a bit half-hearted down the inside of Kvyat. We should be able to edge him out around the outside, which we have done. Right, let's get moving down the straight. Now we're in a bit of clear air. We'll see how this is going to affect our car performance, having this little bit of front wing missing. Yeah, we're just having to back off around there. No grip on the exit. And Haryanto now trying to have a go. We'll try and come back at Kvyat in the second phase. Both the Ferrari engines, ours is the new one of course, and then Kvyat just goes straight into us, of course he does. Seems to be a few issues ahead, Button really struggling. There's a bit of a train trying to get past him. I'm going to try and do Magnussen into this corner. Got a good run at him. Wasn't really expecting to take Palmer as well. We've edged him out. It's a great move. Take anything we can get at this point while people are being held up, because we're going to lose a lot of time when we change our front wing in the stop. Palmer's going to try and have a run on us here. We have got DRS as well. And we got the top end just about right down the end of the straight. I was a bit worried there. And Button peels off into the pits then. Obviously did have an issue. And we're gaining quickly with DRS on Hulkenberg. And we're going to breeze past him. Be careful into turn 1. Let's just block off his route. This is where we're really struggling. That's the move done then. Whether we'll be able to hold it off. He was just slow out the final turn and we had DRS. And that's the main reason we got past him there, but we just can't afford to pit early on these soft tyres. It ruins the strategy, so we have to eke out what we can. There goes Hulkenberg from Mercedes Power and DRS. We're gonna just about outbrake him into the hairpin, and we keep that position. There's an almighty train behind us now, though. Very wide out of the final turn. Like almost the entire field are in this train and the little train behind. I'm just a bit worried about going to the back of the field when we pit. Here goes Hulkenberg, he's going to try it again down the inside. Got it done a little bit earlier, but we are still going to hang it around the outside. Lovely. No real commitment there from Nico. And he's going to dive into the pits. along with our teammate. So we now have the two Renaults behind us that started on the soft tyres. Perez a long way down the road who also started on them. Just say Kimi Räikkönen issue, not again. He's having no luck at all. Having to downshift so much in these corners just to get the front end to turn in. She's wearing the tyres more. See, that was the normal braking point for there, and just no turning, went far too deep. To back off there, just don't have the grip. And Palmer's going to have a run now. I don't know why I forced him to the outside. It's just going to create a train. Here comes Kvyat. Can we get back on Palmer? Just about. Right, I'm going to bail. It's as good a hold up as I needed to do. Well, messy first stint. Probably some messy commentary in there as well. But we're in for a new set of soft tyres and a new front wings. Going to lose a lot of time, but hopefully it means we're going to have the speed when we get back out there. Alright, there goes our teammates. We've lost out quite a bit of time. This outlaps and the next couple of laps are going to be crucial though. To A, show our pace to hopefully get back at our teammate. And B, all those soft tyre runners we need to get ahead of that we were holding up. So let's pedal to the metal and now let's see what our actual race pace is like with a complete front wing. Let's oversteer around here. Oh, we got it again. Little snap. But we're alright. And we're definitely close to NASA still. Just going to use a bit of extra fuel up. Looks like a lot of people were bailing into the pits there from their soft tyre run. Not quite in DRS. There they are. How many are we going to beat out the pits? It's going to be close with a lot of them. Nico Rosberg, what's he doing there? Screw it, let's stick it down the inside of him. Down the inside of our teammate. Try not to run into the back of Pascal Wehrlein. Would be ideal here. Need to get rid of this mana as soon as possible. And we do that. Vettel out the race then. Couple more in the pits. So, in terms of strategy, I think we have two choices here. We can either pit a little bit earlier and stick on the medium tyres. Pit a bit earlier and stick on another set of softs, and then maybe a quick super soft blast towards the end of the race. Or we go on to the mediums. Around 15, 18, we're going to hang it out. We're going to be slower, but it means we save a stop. At the moment we are in a point scoring position. I'm not sure how genuine that is though at the moment. Trying not to think about it. Because we have a very fast Jolyon Palmer behind us being chased down by a very out of position Nico Rosberg, and they're both coming here. Gotta be careful. There goes Rosberg. We've got the legs on Palmer. Let's be honest. Let's let Rosberg go. We're definitely not racing him. He was so fast under brakes there, and a bit of something, wheel hub or something there on the track. They are going to get DRS, which is useful. Should break us away from Palmer nicely. She gains us right back up to Rosberg. Think about putting it down the inside there, but that wouldn't be the best thing to do. I only dream of having a car as fast as that Mercedes. There's a big gap to the rest of the pack now. Have they've all made a second stop? If so, they all seem to be on a free stop. I wonder if Rosberg is the first of the free stoppers. I wonder if nothing did go wrong. That's just made a second stop. In which case we're going to have a lot of cars coming back through. Terrible exit there, and Palmer's going to have a great run on us. He's got Verstappen right behind us. Need to be careful here. Oh, where's Verstappen? There he is. Try and keep him at bay. Try and go tighter. This is hurting us though. It's the Renaults we're really fighting. Had to give up to Verstappen there. Try and keep in contact with him. Maybe we can spring a surprise on Palmer and follow him through, but these Renaults seem to have a bit more pace than us today. Thought about having a look. It's a surefire way to lose a front wing though. Let's try and stay close. See if we can get him down into here. Late on the brakes, down the inside of Julian Palmer. And back up to 11th place then. And try and stay flat out of it, but it's like trying to wrestle a boat around there. No DRS means Palmer is going to come back at us, accompanied by Raikkonen. Way too late on the brakes. Oof. So good at the end of that straight compared to the Renault and the Toro Rosso behind us. Okay, we're going to bail in for our hopefully second and final stop. Oh, that was close. It's going to be the two versus the three stoppers. We're going to have a lot of people coming back through, I think, towards the end. We jumped quite a bit earlier than the other two stoppers. Lag there, which is a bit annoying. These are going to need some warm up already, I can tell. You can see how far behind our teammate Felipe Nasr is there. So some cars in the pit here. Oh, we've mucked up turn one. Also, I was trying to work out which Renault that was. That was Magnussen, who was the front of the two, so we're on target to come out ahead of Palmer. Magnussen very slow, can't do much. We were going to skate straight into the side of him there if we weren't careful. He's got to warm those tyres up. And we do him down the inside there beautifully. Let's get a move on before his tyres get up to temperature. While it would be nice to beat Toro Rosso, I think it's those Renaults I need to Well, they're the two cars I'm really racing today. Currently 4 places above. I think it's soon going to be 3 places above the objective. That Toro Rosso with the old Ferrari engine is just running out of grunt at the end of that straight. There he goes. Try and hold it around the outside again. This AI really struggle to be aggressive into the braking points. It's a bit of a return to 2014, unfortunately. Can put it into rich mode now. Oh, yeah. Had to back out of it. Wasn't close enough. Hulkenberg really struggling though. We'll get DRS here though. Plenty of fuel to burn, so let's use it. Let's try and get down the inside. Just about. We're ahead, we are. Hulkenberg struggling. This is our chance to gap Sainz and Magnussen. Sainz is now through. We're going to have to turn the engine down. We'll get a proper gap at the end of sector 1. We could of course ask Jeff. Gap behind. Gap behind.
Science is behind you. The time last lap was a 1 minute 43.0. The gap is 4 seconds. There are fresh mediums.
Thank you. You got anything in reserve? Not much. I'm too deep. Lost us a huge amount of time to Sainz.
Okay, some information on Rosberg. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring.
It's virtual safety car. Make sure we stick to the delta. Okay. End of virtual safety car. Fuel to maximum for this straight. I think we've got a little jump on Sainz, not really. Car behind him gained a massive amount though. Let's turn the fuel down. Here comes Carlos Sainz. We short shifted a bit there. Just cut back inside him. Beautiful. Oh, he's gone straight onto our inside there. Just sell Carlos. Do not want an AI ruining my race now. Really grafted for these positions. We'll try everything we can to hold on to them. So Carlos Sainz going to have a go here. Gutierrez coming quick as well. Didn't want to go down the inside in case that's where Gutierrez went, which it was. Grosjean's out now. So that puts us back up to 8th. That should be a virtual safety car. Right on the exit, but apparently not. Oh, the tyres looking pretty bad. Only 2 laps to go though. God, Jeff, why would I want to do that? A lap and a half from the end, you idiot. Worried about this tyre wear now. I've had a tyre go on 80% wear before. Here comes Gutierrez. Free stopping on the much faster soft tyres. Try and brave it around the outside. We do it. Can we hold on to 8th? 1 lap to go. Keep it on the inside. Oh, we've skated wide. It's alright, he's too far back. It's going to be all about that exit onto the main straight. Lewis Hamilton wins. Couldn't gear for 2 shits. It's all about holding off Gutierrez now. And not getting a puncture. That is also worrying me. It's nearly 80. Fuel up to maximum. I don't even know if we have enough fuel. We don't. I've got to turn it back down. Here he goes. And force him as wide as possible. Tuck back in. We're going to go down the outside. We are going to hold on to 8th place. One more corner. I've run out of fuel. I've run out of fuel. Gutierrez has hit me. No way. No way. Just reverse over the... Oh my goodness. What? What has happened? Oh, this AI. Oh, I don't believe it. I do not believe it. For fuck's sake. Where's external view then? So we come around the final corner. We run out of fuel. And Gutierrez, instead of trying to go around us, just goes straight into the back of us. Carries on to take 8th. We go off into the barrier. And I don't understand how that's put us out of the race. There's no particular damage. I mean, the line's like... The line's there. Look how... Look how close we were. Oh no. As I said, I've said on this before, I don't use flashbacks. I put it to 0 purposefully. I never... Whatever happens, happens. But my God, do I wish that I had them today. So we've retired. Right at the very end.
Another fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows.
I can't believe that.
And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson,
All Gutierrez had to do was go round us. That's all he had to do. He just ploughed straight into me.
Get the most out of the tyres, and it highlights just how much the team sport this really is.
Teammate comes home in 16th. We've almost certainly lost the rival challenge now. And we might even be fired soon. I dare to think.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race.
So it's a crazy race that sees Daniel Kvyat on the podium for Toro Rosso, along with Bottas. There's a lot of cars dropping out in that race. Well, a lot of top cars. There's only 3 retirements, I think, 4 including us. That's another reason why I wanted simulation damage. And at the same time, random mechanical failures, although they didn't make it into the game as such. Is that you can have this 2.5 hour session of practice, qualifying, the race, and it all just ends like that. But that's not really how... That's an AI fault, not me there. I should have limped home over the line in 9th. Instead, Gutierrez just went straight into the back of me. No penalty. He gets 8th place. And we are 17th. I think we actually achieved our objective. Somehow. We have actually finished in 17th place. I didn't realise that. We're still behind our teammate by 1, who finished last, apart from Hulkenberg. Racing. That's racing for you. Which means I'm bottom of the Drivers' Championship still. My teammate just ahead of me. Actually, no, we weren't both bottom. A point for Jolyon Palmer and a good result for Kevin Magnussen's leapt him above us. So we're now right at the bottom behind the Manners. And now only us are yet to score along with Manor. Let's find out. I think we did achieve our objective, but we'll lose the same amount of points we gain from NASA beating us. Some points there. Rivalry, I think he's going to win it, isn't he? Oh no, we got the fastest lap and all 3 sectors. So incredibly, this stupid system, whereas beating your teammate counts for 1, literally 1, and he only got finished race. I didn't get finished race because I was knocked out on the last lap. Yeah, a fastest lap and fastest sectors is worth 4. So we actually moved 2 ahead in the rivalry. Unbelievable. We have all the way back down to 0 though. I'm fearful for what we're going to be told by the team. Nothing, it would seem. So it seems we are safe at the moment. Wow. What a weekend in China. Pretty incredible. Is it Russia? I think it's Russia next time out, isn't it? It is Russia. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed that race. I certainly did, until the very last lap. I'm glad I found the pace by putting the traction control down to medium. That's helpful. If anyone else has experienced such a thing, or seen the difference, or has anything to comment on that, I'd love to know down below. If you did enjoy the video, hit that like button, that'd be cool. If you want to check out some other Formula 1 content and see when the next in this series is out, you can always hit the subscribe button to the channel. Some fairly regular multiplayer videos go up, and I'm also doing a co-op championship with Rage F1. In terms of timescale till the next episode, should be 2 or 3 days depending on when I get to record it. I'm going to try and record it tomorrow, and then probably another day or so for it to be up. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Onwards and upwards. That's all I can say. We're nearly there. We've nearly got a result. I don't think we could get closer than we did today. It was unbelievable. So I'll see you again very soon. Thank you. These battles have often been contained on single racetracks. Now, it's going global. The chosen chariot for this is the Red Bull 2016. Brilliant in the bends, but often hampered by its Renault engine. Lacking power on the... Sorry? What do you mean? They make watches. Oh, okay. Can they make up for the deficit on the streets with their Tag Heuer engine? Sauber, a team that often I get confused as to whether they have overachieved or underachieved. A team of humble beginnings, founded by Peter Sauber in the 1970s.
This is built by Peter Sauber. Mercedes supplying the engines. The driver.
He would eventually work his way up the ladder to win back-to-back Le Mans races in 1988 and 1999 with the incredible Sauber Mercedes C9, a car that was relatively unchanged between the 2 years, such was its dominance. It was then that Peter Sauber decided to take a foray into Formula 1.